Hello everybody and welcome to our monthly meeting. So today we will talk about the recent result of the ranking Best Place to Work. So as you know, our company Decathlon has been elected Best Place to Work for the second consecutive year. This success is the result of a global strategy of considering the well-being at work essential. However, this ranking is mainly based on declarative indicators from employees and not on operational indicators. However, consequently, to more understand these results, we will present you indicators more quantitative that could permit us to highlight the actions put in place to ensure these good results. So, in a first step, I will present you the configuration of our work, and then Méline and Quentin will present you the different indicators. So the first step of our work is to delimit the perimeter on which the well-being at work has an impact. So to set up the perimeter, we decided to look at two lines. The first line describes the different features of the well-being at work here, and the second line describes the various publics impacted by the well-being at work in our company. On the line of the features, we decided to divide it according to four factors: the management, the quality of life at work, the skills development, and the pay. And on the second line, the public line, we decided to divide it according to five publics: permanent contract, fixed term contract, sandwich course student, seasonal worker student job, and handicapped people. So these two lines allow us to create a table of 20 cases. However, these different crossings don't have the same impact on the well-being at work. So that's why the second step of our work is to establish the decision framing. So for the decision framing, we decided to look at especially on permanent contract, because they have a long-term perspective in the company. So they are the most concerned by the well-being at work. And secondly, we decided to look at some crossings about the sandwich course student, as you can see, because sandwich course student could have a future in our company. So we find interesting to look at the sandwich course student. Well, the third step was to define key levels of performance for each of the selected crossings. So as you can see, we define 7 KLP. So for the permanent contract and the management, we decided to look at equity and recognition. For the quality of life for the permanent contract, we decided to look at working environment and ergonomics. And finally, for their skills development, we decided to look at the training. And secondly, for the sandwich course student, in management, we decided to look at accompanying. And for the skills development, we decided to look at responsibilities. So now the configuration is over. So Méline and Quentin will present you the various indicators.
Now I present two indicators for permanent contracts, like promotion and sick leave. For the first indicator, the number of promotion, we have this graph. In blue, we have the headcount, and in green, we have number of promotion. It's important to the teammates. They can believe they can involve their business. Since 2013, the internal promotion increase, and we expect in 2019 and 2020 can continue. We expect in 1920 the internal promotion will 19%. For the second indicator, we interest to the number of sick leave and the number of repetitive strain injury. In blue, we can see sick leave and orange repetitive strain injury. We can see since 2014 at 2020 the sick leave and the other indicator decrease. But it's very important to continue to follow these two indicators because if we can see the sick leave increase, till net we cannot very safe to work in Decathlon and we risk to have accidents. We can accidents. For the next, Quentin will present two other indicators.
Now I will speak about our second and last part, this part concerning the apprentice public. We focused our second learning section by establishing two indicators that seemed the most relevant to us. The first indicator is related to the number of breaks in apprenticeship contracts. For these indicators, we are based on the apprentice under 20 years old and the apprentice between 20 and 29 years old. As this indicator is directly related to the workforce, the trend of these indicators follows the evolution of the effective. In addition, it shows the number of breaks doesn't increase because of bad practice, but it's also hasn't increased with the introduction of good practice. That's to say, measures must be taken on each department, where an apprentice is hired. For the second and last indicators, we choose to present the average number of meetings for apprentice between an apprentice and his tutor. For the study population, we have chosen to once again speak about apprentice under 20 years old and apprentice between 20 and 29 years old. For the first installment, that to say the apprentice under 20 years old, we can see between 2017 and 2018 a decrease of this number of meetings, but this decline is followed during the two next years by a stagnation. And for the second installment, that's to say for the apprentice between 20 and 29 years old, we can see that the number of meetings increase and reach 72 meetings per year per apprentice. In order to conclude our presentation, we want to emphasize that nothing is ever occurred for 1 year to the next. Being a leader at the best place to work ranking does not allow us to be content with what we have. The indicators developed in this presentation show that there are still improvements to be made, efforts still need to be made. Decathlon priority is that their employees come to work with the envy and start to thinking to the next day. Decathlon has been, is, and will remain the best place to work.